Dan Bailey now to put the ball in the air, and off we go to wrap up a great Sunday of football. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. They'll be led out by a man who's now in his 11th season in the league, Matthew Stafford at 31 years of age.
And I'll bet right now just one thought in his mind.
Win the game.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. He played pretty well. I mean, he didn't turn over the ball in terms of interceptions,
no,
right?
2 touchdown passes last week.
2 touchdown passes, but when your team doesn't win, that's just hollow. And the best quarterbacks don't care about anything but whether or not their team won.
Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. And the offensive starters for Dallas.
It's so good to see big number 72, Travis Frederick, back in a Cowboys uniform. Remember, he missed all of last season with Guillain-Barré syndrome. And prior to that, he'd been to the Pro Bowl 4 straight times at center. And his return, a huge boost to the offensive line. Better to have him in uniform than coaching.
It's a loss of 2, now third down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
3 and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. Out of the gun, Stafford. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Montez Sweat in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Returning, it's Benjamin. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position, 1st and 10. Here's Dalvin Cook, 3rd year back from Florida State. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Now a throw for the left sideline, and he's got it. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. And the offensive starters for the Vikings.
And running back Dalvin Cook was drafted in 2017 to be the lead runner for the Vikings, and he should love what they're putting in for him in 2019. This is a run-first, run-heavy offense as dictated by their head coach. Dalvin Cook should get more than enough carries to threaten 1,000 yards rushing this season.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
So on 4th down, they bring on the Michigan man, Matt Wild, to kick it away. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. That reception, it brings him up to the 700 plateau. He's at 700 career NFL catches now.
And that club in baseball, a rather exclusive club, and one we talk about all the time. In football, puts you in the top 50 all-time range. Not so bad either.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. On the ground, this is Kamara. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Quickly now a look at the defensive starters for Minnesota.
Eric Kendricks is another one of those bloodline guys in the NFL. His brother Michael also plies his trade as a linebacker. And Eric's trying to show him he's the best in the family.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
So don't say nothing.
Throwing is Stafford. And he completes it to Westbrook. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Cowboy first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
On the ground, Kamara. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now it's Stafford off the bootleg. That's complete to John Ross. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 24-yard line.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's 2nd down. Back to the ground, it's Kamara. And able to work his way down to the 16. And he's going to be stopped just short of the first down marker at the Vikings 16. On 3rd down, here's Kamara. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
Obviously, the offense thought they had something going by trying to go wide on a short yardage play. But how about the defense expecting something in the middle and still able to adjust and sprint to the edge and make the play?
Brett Maher now for the Cowboy field goal. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. The kick by Maher is good. And the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead. Of course, the door for Maher was opened after a little bit of a surprise move. The Cowboys letting go of Dan Bailey last year.
Yeah, Maher took over in the preseason. He's from Nebraska via the Canadian Football League where he kicked for 4 years. And I saw him personally make 2 game-winning field goals last season against Detroit and in Atlanta.
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
54 miles. Bound to lose one.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Defense.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
Well, now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. They'll try the draw now with Chubb. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down. Well, look now at our starting defense. They're currently 6th in the NFL in defending the run.
I jotted down in my notes in prepping for this game, but this is definitely an area we got to keep an eye on because you're talking about where they rank in stopping the run. Well, how about what they're facing? This unit loves to run the football, and they rank highly in the league in getting it done.
Yeah, power against power. Something's got to give. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. And now it looks like we've got a Cowboy shaking up down there on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
How about the fellas with the stars on the side of their helmets rising up on defense? We always hear about the Cowboys' rushing offense. Their rush defense is pretty good as well, I think, because they're so cohesive. Defensive line, linebackers really work well together.
On now the former Cowboy kicker, Dan Bailey, on the left hash. Officially, it's called a 51-yard attempt. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. And it's a big kick, but now we just, if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of leg.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 16 in the Dallas first down.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage after it.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Lady, Mark 54. No gain on this defense, no gain. Watch the ship, watch the ship.
Now a first down carry by Bell. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
36.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4. The Cowboys on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. A shotgun snap for Stafford. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Here now, Brett Maher. He hit from 62 in his rookie season of 2018. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this score will stay right where it is. Was a kicker from that distance, 56, 57 yards. So many things you got to worry about, but I am a little surprised he didn't get it there.
Yeah, with the way kickers are nowadays, we're surprised anything under 65 that it doesn't get at least to the crossbar. But remember this. You have to drive it a little bit lower in order to make that distance, and you also have to be worried about the interior rush that they can get their hands on it. So that's why those stronger kickers nowadays who can pop it up in the air and still travel and carry it, that's what you're looking for.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. He'll get 3 up to midfield.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
13 yards as the Vikings pick up the 1st down. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. Timmy Jernigan, the Florida State man, in on the stop. On 2nd and 9, Wentz. That's out to Chubb, complete. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 27-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. It's Cook, and he still has yet to get on track in this 1st half as they're going to stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
And the running lane's non-existent in this 1st half as they'll stop him behind the line. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Here's Wentz to throw. He's going to let this go for the end zone. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. In for the score. And the Vikings have taken the lead. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Dan Bailey now for the extra point. So he missed his lone field goal try, but he's got this one as that extends their lead. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken at his 4. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. A reminder coming up tomorrow night. Monday Night Football comes your way, 8:15 Eastern. Seahawks, 49ers from Levi Stadium in Santa Clara.
You better be afraid of me.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Back to the ground, this time with Bell. Call it an 8-yard gain, much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And I don't think Kamara got there. Looks like they stopped him short. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Yes, it's the first half, but we'll see if that stuff there on 3rd and 1 comes back to haunt him.
I hope you don't mind, but it's not going to stop me from putting a check mark next to this play. Let's look back as this game progresses and see if this is one of the key plays in the game, even though it occurred early.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. And you see Dalvin Cook and the offense heading back out. It's the second quarter. His team has the lead, but I think he's hoping for a little bit more production out of himself.
And we often talk about preaching patience to a runner when things are a little bumpy in the early going, but we have to do the same thing with the offensive line. They can't wait to halftime to make the adjustments. They have to do it from series to series, so those surface tablets come into play. Check out what the defense is doing and see if they can find a better way to run it.
So they search for that patience here now. 12 yards there, first down Vikings. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Lamb. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
To throw, it's Wentz. This is caught, it's Cooks. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. First catch of the game for Cooks. It'll be a first down. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Wentz now nearly perfect. 9 of 10 in this first half. It's 1st and 10. They give to Chubb out of the gun. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. On 2nd and very short, Wentz. They set up the screen to Chubb. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Wentz now. Only one pass has hit the ground for him. 10 of 11 thus far. It's 1st and 10. Working from the gun. Wentz. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd down. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Wentz now to throw, and finding the tight end Hooper. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Throwing now is Wentz. Well, there pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So it's a second missed field goal here in this first half. He'll have to think about that going forward. Maybe time for a little soul-searching as well.
Yeah, the head coach might be looking towards the heavens because you wonder if this will affect the fourth down decision-making going forward. If you get 4th and 3, 4th and 4, situations that used to be calls for the kicker might get a second thought.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Stafford. And they've got the hook up. This is Olsen. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Back to throw, Stafford. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The former number 3 pick, Joey Bosa, bringing the lumber that time. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after
3rd and long, it's Stafford. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Darnell Savage, the rookie from Maryland. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. Here's Carson Wentz now with the rest of his offensive unit heading onto the field. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Wentz going to throw. That's to Cook out of the backfield. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Now the Cowboys here on 3rd down bringing in an extra defensive back. Shotgun now for Wentz. Hard throw, incomplete. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
Getting set to go again, Matthew Stafford trots back onto the field. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to balance that off with at least 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
In your face.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Stafford looking for the tight end, Olsen, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
After the fumble recovery, it's Wentz. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So they are going to call on Dan Bailey here. His career long is 56 yards done in Seattle. This will be from 56 yards out. So we've reached intermission here in a low-scoring game. 7-3 is our score. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. In our game, it's been Carson Wentz with a strong first half. His guys have the lead in Big D as we get you back to AT&T Stadium in Dallas. And Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. This will be fielded at the 6. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there, first down Vikings.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards there, first down Vikings. Now they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
On first down, Wentz. And that's complete to Cooks. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. They run. Cook. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line.
Let's go. Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wentz. He's got Hooper on the short connection. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
Here we go. Waiting.
From the red zone now, Wentz. Benjamin's got it. 12 more yards there and another first down. They'll run for it with Cook. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They try again with Cook, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. This Cowboy defense trying to hold them out of the end zone. They've run it to 3rd and goal. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. From 3 yards out. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Bailey got the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So that one a long 11-play drive, and it's polished off by a Viking score. That'll be taken in the end zone, and he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. On the counter, here's Kamara. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Stafford. Caught here by Bell.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he's on here to punt it away. Great coverage there, holds him to a 2-yard return following a 50-yard punt. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. And now out comes Minnesota. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They run on 1st down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's 2nd down now. Tackle made there by Kiko Alonso. Again, it's Cook. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Now a play fake. Wentz. He gets it to Cooks. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Here we go. 180. Bring it.
Throwing on first is Wentz. Completes it to Benjamin. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
To throw again on second down. Wentz, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
That one a first down pickup of 8.
And this is one of those plays that if you can use it to keep the chains moving, it's a good play. And not only that, it tends to tamp down the pass rushers because they have to recognize this play and stay at home. The quarterback uses it well. Read option, keeps it, and picks up a first down with some nice running.
Watch the run, watch the run.
Stafford on first down. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. There to knock that one away defensively, Eric Kendricks. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Kamara. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the second half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
Watch the curve, watch the curve.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. The open man is Westbrook. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now in Arlington. It's the Cowboys in possession of the football, but they trail here as we begin the 4th quarter of play. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal. They'll run it with Kamara. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, second half. You're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
Man, not going to get much better than this for an opportunity.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. John Ross with touchdown number 8 on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Out of the gun, Stafford. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. Now they're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. At that time, the tackle by Malik Hooker. They run with Cook. He's been busy tonight, and he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Exit. 25. Check 25. Check 25.
Here's Wentz to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down.
Let's go.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football.
Tighten up.
On first down, it's Cook. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Jalen Smith, who took a huge step forward last year, in on the tackle for Dallas. They run it again with Cook. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go. To throw, it's Wentz.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And Bailey able to knock it through. And that'll push the lead up to 8. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
This will be taken in at the 1. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field.
Here we go.
Now a first down throw, Stafford. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Say hello to Eric Kendricks. He gets the sack there.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Here's Stafford. He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Bryant has it. And he'll get nothing out of that one. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. Well, if you're going to pass on 3rd and 1, you better get a first down if you complete it. They completed it, but no gain.
The aiming point has to be beyond the first down marker where you throw the ball. 3rd and 1, you can't have anything that's even close to the line of scrimmage. Otherwise, you run the risk of what we just saw there, not getting the first down.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. And now out comes Minnesota. Right now clinging to a one-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays, they're going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
From the 22, Wentz, and finding the tight end Hooper. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. A run for Nick Chubb. He'll be dropped shy of the 40 despite an excellent display of footwork. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Back to the ground, this time Cook. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left.
Mike, here we go. We got to get the ball. D, get the ball right here.
They'll keep it on the ground. Cook. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And now it's the punter Weil on as he sends this one away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. So Matthew Stafford in the offense. Down by 8. 1:40 remaining. They need a touchdown and, of course, the two-point conversion as well. A throw left side to start the drive is complete. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. That throw good for 4. It's second down. Back to throw. And he can't corral it. That would have wrapped it up if he'd been able to hold on. Instead, it brings up third down. Stafford now to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Bailey now for the extra point. And the lead is up to 15 now. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. Stafford here coming off his pick 6. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. Joey Bosa able to record his 5th sack of the season. After the sack on first down, Stafford. He was looking to hit his running back, Le'Veon Bell, that time. And it's third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Stafford now to throw. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Joey Bosa in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Here's Stafford. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And I think the game balls need to be distributed on the defensive side of the football, and I bet that you would agree.
Yeah, if you hold a team under 10 points, that's a job well done. Really well done. So I would say game balls for every starter and every key player who participated in this game.
Now, see, I only like one game ball.
You're
handing out multiple. Although I set you up by saying game balls plural,
yeah,
but
I like where we're going with this. You say one to represent like the best player of all of that, and I say multiples so that you keep everyone motivated and involved.
You're a man of the people.
I'm a man of the people. I thought I was the only child.
You get a game ball, and you get a game ball. Game balls for everybody. So for Minnesota, they pick up win number 7 on the year, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Dallas, the loss will drop them to 6-3 now on the year, and they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions.